Oh boy.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Technology.
Oh boy. Technology, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Listen, it's wonderful to be black during this time of season. Man. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to be black, Sharon. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my situation set up. How you been holding up?
Hanging in there. Hanging in.
Nice.
Can't
First of
complain.
all, let
Worse.
me let me introduce you right, ladies and gentlemen. This is my name is Roger Maloney. Welcome to Front Media. Have an esteemed guest on today that when you really sit down to hear her story, powerful stuff. And we just want to have a good. I want to have a conversation with her since last year because when I took my daughter, I walked by. How this whole thing happened was that I was walking by Harlem, and I saw this sign that says "Go Hard Dance," and I was like, "Yo, what's this?" So, I have two girls and a boy, but Devin Rose is the Beyonce of my family. So we
Yeah.
told we told D Rose, we was like, listen, we want to put you in a dance school, and I think this will be amazing. So I'm gonna set this whole story up. So we walked in, I picked her up from school, and then we came in through the door. Let me tell you what Cheryl was doing. We walked in the door. Cheryl was like, "Hey y'all, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, let's get it." The whole studio was branded out. Go hard this, go hard that. That's the day your sister was there, and I mean, customer service was on point. It was like, how you guys doing? Deborah Rose was like, how you doing? First of all, hi, my name is Cheryl. This is my studio. How can I help you? I was like, Deborah Rose, we in. Let's go. And from since then,
And that they
we signed
become
up for
more
classes.
every
Huh?
week in her Go Hard dance attire, shirt, full of discipline and commitment, and ready to go to work. Because we were getting ready for a show, June 28th.
We were getting ready for a show.
Yeah.
So, so here's how Sheriff does the meeting. So I'm sitting down in a parent meeting. There's a board on the side. Her kids is on the side, and Cheryl lets her daughters do the presentation. I was like, yo, that's what's up. So we're all sitting there. It reminded me of working at MTV or Google. She was like, everybody take your notepad out. Cheryl got sticky pads all around the
Throw them
board.
ideas, them brainstormings as they come up in each category. Then we all could take a picture of it. And then we all take it back to the lab and go to work.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, it was a great parent meeting.
It was a good meeting. And then COVID-19 hit, and then we had to shut everything down. So, Cheryl, my first question to you is tell everybody a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, basically, Thomas, co-founder of Go Hard Dance Studios, located at 2307 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. That's in between 135th and 136th Street in Harlem. And pretty much, dancer, brought up old school Harlem at Ruth Williams Dance Studio. I hurt myself early on in the game. Couldn't
Wow.
be a dancer. Myself at 18, fought my hamstrings in my left leg at a show I was doing at Lincoln Center, performed at Avery Fisher Hall. And, I pretty much thought that was it for my dance career, but not really. I became like a choreographer, always worked with children, tapping jazz, uh,
Wow.
you know, and then I did tap jazz, African modern ballet, and early hip hop, the videos, the 90s hip hop, things of that nature. So fast forward a little bit, I have a little girl named Dakota,
Oh,
who's
wow.
2001. By 2004, 2005, she's in her first show, following my footsteps at Lincoln Center, and she had the bug. It was it. And that's
Wow.
really what it was all. She's the dancer of the family now. So with her dancing in industry life, videos, going to competitions in LA and different crews, I not only was a dancer, but I also worked in the music industry for 11 years. So you
Oh,
see
wow.
yeah, I worked for BMI and then Universal Motown Republic Group.
Oh,
So you
wow.
see the things that can kind of go on the back end of industry life,
Right.
entertainment, things like that.
Right.
And it is pretty. So I work 2 and 3 jobs to get my daughter classically trained. So my daughter is actually classically trained, can do hip hop on her toes on point shoes with the wood inside the ballet shoes.
Wow.
I said, Cody, we got to do something. You know, mommy worked like 2 and 3 jobs to pay for all your dance summer intensives. She's won scholarships to like Camp Rock situations in the Belvoir. It's a place called Belvoir Terrace where she's the only black kid or another black kid in the Berkshires. So I put a lot into Dakota because she wanted it. She wanted it.
Yeah.
Dakota and our other master choreographer, Lacey Thomas, started a company called Legacy. And
Yeah.
I didn't like some things going on in the older troupe Dakota was in. Once I saw they had 19 kids following them from that Dance Theater of Harlem, because they come from Dance Theater of Harlem training.
Yeah. Big
Dance
shout
Theater,
out to Dance Theater Harlem too.
they want to do hip hop. But the kids want hip hop. So you kind of got to give young people what they want. We're going to keep them close. If we're going to keep them close. And I saw that the kids were just, you know, Dakota and Lacey would come up with routines. And then one day we would rehearse 3 times a week. But one day it would be on 38th Street. Another time it would be at 50-something Street. Another time it would be at 70-something Street. And I said, oh, wow, we don't have anything in Harlem where we can rent and artists and dancers and people can have a creative hub and for an affordable price.
Yeah.
I was inspired by my child because she's the dancer of this generation. You know, they're all entrepreneurs.
And she's no joke too. She's no joke.
And she's not. And she got that old school. I was her first teacher. You know, she got that old school. It's tough, but you're going to get it. We believe you enough. We can't really baby you because the dance world and the entertainment world don't baby nobody. You got stuff.
Right.
And sometimes, you know, I monitor and I be like, not so hard on the babies. Because, you know, they my babies. But she's like, press play, go.
Yes, she is.
Worked with me. I've been backstage with her. So me coming into like my 40s and saying to myself, no, dance found me in her. I've been a backstage mom for years. I started doing stage work. I produced 3 Dirt Bike Award shows, which is my partner, the founder of Go Hard Boys. Once we saw that we could do that, we was like, we could do anything.
Wow.
People were coming from New Zealand, Paris, the UK, all across the United States domestically for an all-black Dirt Bike Award show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we did online voting. We used technology.
Nice.
So we fundraised and we wound up getting that property space on 135th Street and 7th Avenue.
It's a perfect location.
That's kind of how it came about. We was like, okay, this is the headquarters. This is the first space, but we have nowhere to go but up. And I still believe that even with COVID-19, we have nowhere to go but up. I know our community is going to respond to our need because right now we're in jeopardy of losing the studio.
All right, so talk about this is why I wanted to really talk to you and ask you about the whole campaign that you're starting with the studio. First of all, everybody, the studio's on 135th in Lex, right? Did I say that right?
7th Avenue.
In 7th Avenue. And they're right across the street. Hip Hop, IHOP is over there. It's a perfect location. And you started getting a lot of kids coming in, like for real, from all ages.
Yeah, we start at 3.5 and we go all the way up. We have adult classes. We have a variety of adult classes, even with our seniors. We have a stepping class on Mondays. We have Soul Flow Yoga with an amazing yoga instructor. We had an amazing dance cardio with a high intensity cardio for women's and teens. So it was really, really, we were popping. And then Saturday we dedicated to our children, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning with our 3-year-olds.
And Cheryl be there early, opening the studio for every event. Cleaning, sweeping. It was. I
keep the kids out at 5 o'clock because then we turn it over to birthday parties,
right?
Baby showers. You know, like the whole repasses, whatever the community needs. The space is there to hold whatever. We do podcasts for other creators.
Nice.
I was working my full job, coming to the studio during the week at night, working that, and then dedicating Saturday and Sunday. So it's been a long. Almost a year and a half. We've been in business a year and a half now. You know.
Then Cheryl, then COVID-19 hit. What was your thoughts when they made the announcement? All schools will close and we have to shut down all small businesses. What was your thought?
Whoa, well, when I heard that, I knew we was in something thick. Like I've
Right.
never, I mean, what everybody says, this is completely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this in our lifetime, let
Right.
alone our children have to experience this in their lifetimes. And it was tough and it was hard. In February, when we were seeing what was going on, the studio was already had bookings in August and July. People in were really having that space dedicated to the
You
graduations.
was booked up until all the way to like August, you said, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
much. Like in August, we had like just a couple of weekends open in August and like a couple of weekends open in July. But I would have been working every weekend nonstop. But it's a great thing because after we dance, the studio becomes like magic, something else every weekend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Book signings, mental health workshops, empowerment meetings. We've had businesses come and do team building collaborations where we would incorporate the dance teacher or a yoga instructor to come with the wellness and the mindfulness. We were really on the road. We really
Let me
were.
ask you. Let me ask you this question. What was your choice for you to use dance as a platform, but open it up to these various different topics such as mental health and doing something with the older generation, and also being more community minded? What was the mindset when you were thinking using
Well,
dance as a platform?
I instantly thought about when I was young. It
Right.
saved my life. And then I heard my daughter, my daughter as a teen and going through things as an adolescent say that dance saved her life. And I said,
Right.
"What? When was your life that bad?" Or
Right.
but realized how she threw herself into her training and into her artistry because of being bullied or not going to
Wow.
the status quo of peer pressure, you know,
Wow.
not wanting to get in trouble, not wanting to do what the streets and the perils and the pitfalls are waiting for you to do.
Right.
I didn't realize that she was up against so much. But what better thing to do than to open a studio where both me and my daughter speak the same language? We
Right.
speak. She could say, "Hey, mom, I just took a class and it was like, jete, pas de bourrée, chape, changement, and trishkat, and trishkat." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." My business partner was like, "What is she saying?" I'm like, "Oh, it's French. It's ballet vocabulary." So now we have the kids on Saturday that take the ballet classes in the morning. You got to come with a notebook. You need to spell pas de bourrée. You need to know how
Right.
to spell assemblée.
Right.
Jete.
Right.
You gotta work. You gotta work with us. But I'm gonna give you what you want with the hip hop, and I dance with all of the current music.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm sneaking in my little Debbie Allen in love of Tony Ray, which
Right.
makes me dance. To
So
be
let me
quite
get
honest,
so let me give you a sample of what it's like being in Cheryl's meetings. Cheryl comes out full leggings, full you had the Jordans on? Did you have the Jordans on and a hoodie? She had a Jordan on and a
Adidas.
hoodie,
I'm
and she
classic
had. Did you have the
Adidas.
Debbie Allen stick? Did you have the Debbie Allen stick from Fame?
I had my
I loved it.
dance skirt.
Yeah, my wife was like, "Yeah, baby, this is it, right here." Cheryl, share with
Take a
everybody.
picture. I should
Huh?
take a picture in some my Adidas, my dance skirt, and my stick. What's up? I should take a picture. You just gave me a good idea.
You said. So you were laying out a vision for the final performance. Let everybody know what that vision and how the show looks
Oh,
before you close for COVID-19, and then I'm gonna ask you another question: how people could support you with
yeah.
saving the dance series. So yeah, explain to people what was your idea with the final show.
We finally had the opportunity. We opened late as a school. We opened November of 2018. So you kind of miss the people going, signing up for dance schools in September and getting those school activities. But we did good. So when we came back in September of 2019, we started our new season. We went from November to June, and like a recital school, it's like a 10-month program.
Mm-hmm.
And then you break for the summer, let the kids relax, light classes, and then you come back hard for your recital season. So you guys jumped in our recital season, which would have been
Right.
September to June. And the name of our show was To Hip Hop with Love. We were
Mm.
starting out with like the early, I mean, I'm just giving you for example, because I don't want to throw it out there and we actually still do it. But like we started off with the drums, the percussion,
Right.
That's the older kids, and we were incorporating the whole school. That beats and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, it was like we. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
you good.
I didn't expect the call. Wait, just
No, you good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here talking to Cheryl Thomas, founder of Go Hard Dance, and we're just breaking down, man, all the stuff that she was getting ready to do for her fall. Um, yeah, we're back. Listen here, listen, everybody. I'm here with Cheryl, founder of Go Hard Dance, and and she has a powerful campaign to save her dance studio. And we're just talking about all the powerful impacts that you getting ready to do and your programming and stuff for the end of year celebration. Yeah, talk about that.
yeah. So like it was just gonna be like a love letter to hip hop, and we
Nice.
bring in all of the elements and show where the R&B evolved into. How we got the Queen of Soul, Mary J. Blige,
Right.
but she's synonymous with hip hop and R&B. So we
Right.
took kids on a journey. We had dances to Missy Elliott, paying homage to the women, hip hop pioneers and things like that. So we were just gonna take the crowd on a roller coaster ride. We were gonna do, and also the very most important part of the show that we had developed, we wanted to do our tributes. And the tributes for our very first show, which we will do, I know we'll do it, was going to be a tribute to Ruth Williams, because
Oh wow.
I learned the business, being a young teenager, paying for my scholarship, I had to work the office. How poetic. I
Wow.
had to
That's
be
right.
the owner's assistant.
Wow.
Ever since I was like 14 years old. By the time I turned 18, she turned the classes over to me.
Oh wow.
So that's how I became a teacher, by being like an apprentice.
Wow.
I had to work the office, take attendance.
Wow. So that's dope. That's dope.
So my tribute
So
was going to be to Ruth Williams, and her studio was on 125th and 7th.
wow.
And then it was going to be to Tony Ray, Harlem's own. And then the third part was going to be to my mother, who I lost.
That's right. That's right. Talk about your mom. What did your mom mean to you? Because I remember getting the text that I think it was during the Thanksgiving Christmas
Yeah.
holiday that your mom had passed. What are your last fond memories of your mom?
Well, I'm the youngest of my mother's children. There's three of us, and cry a lot, and wasn't that social. So of course she did things like put me in preschool so I could meet friends and have kids. And she worked in corporate.
Yeah.
At the time, she felt like I needed her. I never knew this until like just before she died. I actually stopped working at Chase, and she became a home attendant. Her was on 35th Street, in between 7th and Lenox. Yep. And she also started her own little cleaning business and cleaned 3 brownstones on Stravers Row. I said, Mommy, what made you stop working at Chase? Because she had all of this. She said, you needed me. So I didn't want you with my sisters and stuff. You needed me. I needed to do it. So I took a 4 hour and just cleaned on the side. And I didn't know it. So my mother, she was keeping my young little boy while I opened the business. Been working 7 days a week.
Wow.
So she got to come to the studio that August before she
Wow.
November.
Wow.
And she came and had lunch, and it was a quiet day. And she came during the afternoon, and she said, "Wow, what a blessing to see my child own a business on the same block I became a home attendant when she needed to reduce her hours because she was away from me too much, and she thought that I was getting too sad without her." That's who my mother was to me.
So that's powerful.
Everything into me. Anytime she heard I had a show or whatever costumes was needed, it would be on my bed that the next day or the next couple of days. Like I would always be front and center, ready to compete, ready to rock with the best of them. She put me in all of the programs around the city, made me leave Harlem. encouraged me to just, I mean, she was my number one fan, and she loved watching me tap. She said, I tapped like Gregory Hines to her.
Wow.
Like really late,
Wow.
very like she liked that it was no real form and rocking the African. My mom was totally my number one fan. And even though my daughter became like this dancer extraordinaire, like my daughter is better than I ever could have dreamed. But my
Yeah.
mother would always say to me, you used to grace that stage too. I couldn't keep up. And she would always hug me and tell me, like, dancing is in your bones, baby. You know, you was meant to
Wow.
do this. You was meant to open this school. She only came to the studio once because I didn't realize that she really wasn't feeling as great as she was letting on.
Wow.
And she came one time and said, don't lose this. This is what you was meant to do. And she never
Woo.
came back.
So you opened a business in the same block where she used to work. That's
Her first home attendant. Now, fast forward, my mother took that 4-hour case, but by 2001, she was the director of the agency.
wow.
How my mother is. My
So
mother,
so your whole family, talk about your family. Your whole family is movers and shakers. I love it.
but my family were autistic. Like my grandparents, my mother is the ninth of 10. So when my mother was 2 years old, they left the sharecropping farm that they had that they worked in South Carolina, and they came to good old 129th and Lenox. The older kids had already migrated to New York and found a place for the family to come. My grandmother was the one that took care of kids in the neighborhood whose parents had to be butlers and maids in Connecticut. She kept their kids all week long. They went home to their moms on the weekend.
Wow.
On the weekend. They had the piano in the front room. So everybody it's in my family, somebody's always singing. Somebody can play the piano. People used to come over from the Apollo to hear, like, my grandmother would be cooking and acts would come over and people
Wow.
stay. And she, like, you could just come and stay. They had them big old 5-bedroom apartments with the double French doors and the crystal knobs. Harlem was
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah, Holmes, yeah, those apartments are huge.
Oh, those old buildings are huge. And I remember the big piano in the front room. My mother lost her mother when she was 16. But my grandmother had such an impact that when my mother would walk down Harlem streets, they would hug her, people would stop her. And she'd be like, oh, they lived with us for a little while. Or, oh, we used to keep our kids. Or, oh, they got on my nerves, but my mother kept them. So children that bringing up people doing rent parties, that was my grandmother.
Wow. Wow.
Ninth and Lenox. She used to do the rent parties, get that food, that southern food frying, and somebody be playing the piano, and my aunts could sing.
Wow. Wow, that's dope. That's amazing.
My family. My father told me, my father is from South America and from Curacao.
Oh,
and
wow.
Brother that's a ballet dancer in Europe. So, and my father's father is from France. So I got this uncle that I'm starting to do my genealogy since I been on the coronavirus. I've been thinking about my father a lot and digging up information and stuff like that because I didn't grow up with my father too much.
Right.
It wasn't like very prevalent in my life. But I got a ballet dancer uncle on that side, and then my aunts and uncles musicians. So that's where it really comes from, that Harlem, that love of Harlem,
I love it. I love it. Cheryl, we're in the midst of a lot of protests. So when you saw the video of George Floyd, what was your initial thoughts?
Oh, man. You know what I thought of? I'm going to be honest with you. I thought about when I was giving birth to my son, Tristan. And my son is 6 years old, but I didn't have that same fear when I gave birth to my daughter, who's 19.
Right.
And I remember thinking, where in the world could we go as Black people where I could raise them safely? Like I had got like this, I never forget, Roger. I got like this pit in my stomach because I was like, if I raise them in New York, and I'm a project girl. I'm from the projects. I'm like, yeah, I learned how to kind of navigate through AIDS, crack, drug epidemic, and family structures being broken, and having to be a kid where my mother worked real hard, had to get myself home at 7, lock the door, wait for my sister to come from high school. And I was like, okay, do I raise them with the rough edges of a city, or do we go down south? We're supposed to be like a slower pace. Maybe he'll get the sports. And then I
Mhm.
was thinking, nah, I don't want to go down south because they lynch people. I'm still thinking in 2014.
They do. They just passed. They just passed the anti-lynching bill just last week.
Exactly. But it's 2014 and I am in my hospital bed and I'm happy that I had this boy, but I had an overwhelming sadness and a fear took over me. Like, how am I going to raise this Black boy? How do I raise him safe? So when
Mm.
you see the George Floyd and when he called out for his mother,
That was crazy. When he called out for his mom,
it made
I
me
was
think
like,
about how I was afraid holding a newborn. Like, baby, what world did I bring you in? I'm going to do my best to protect you or figure out what city. But then I said to myself, damn, there is no city that's safe. I'm gonna just have to keep them close. I'm just gonna have to create my village
"There's
of
no
people.
city that's safe." Wow.
I remember thinking, this is the United States of America. No place is safe. No place
Wow.
for my son. I'm gonna have to keep him close to me. I swear to God, I remember thinking I'm gonna have to keep him close to me. This is why I started the business.
Mm.
I want my children to be raised as great bosses and not great employees. You know, we had to do what we had to do to keep food on the table, and I'm still gonna have to do what I have to do, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if we could do a family thing, if I could just keep them close to me, I
Yeah.
think that's the best way to protect them.
Yeah. And that's the type of environment you bring when you visit Go Hard Dance.
Yeah.
And now you started a campaign. Tell everybody about your campaign
But
to
right
save
now,
Go Hard Dance.
you know, we're trying to save the studio space. You know, we're a service business. So without people and without providing a service, we don't have any revenue.
Hmm.
I feel, you know, we've been there and we will continue to be what the community needs. We just need for the community to maybe stand up with us a bit. You know,
Yeah.
try and reach out to some businesses who are interested in making sure that Black excellence is actually uh, thrown up into the stratosphere. You know,
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because that's what I bring. I do not want to lose. I want to keep them close. I want
Mm.
to go because they're going to get the discipline and the commitment and the strength that they need to go up in the world. And I think, and it's just me, but I believe the arts give you that, give you that,
Yeah,
give you
they
that sense
do.
of expression, to be creative, to get whatever is in that energy, that negative energy. It got to flow. It got to come out somewhere else. So yeah, we got a campaign where you could go on GoFundMe, you can hit Go Hard Dance up on PayPal, or you could Cash App Go Hard Dance.
Wow.
We just asking for whatever because nickels, pennies, dollars, bills, they add up.
They do. They do add up.
In three
And so,
days, we got almost $1,400.
yeah, yes. First of all, Youthfront Media started blasting the campaign out, and if anybody, please show some support to this great organization, because when you see the results of the routines these kids learn, it's on Oscar level choreography performances. It's not a
We
game.
were just getting started because we still have to do skill assessments. We have to see
Right.
what each person's individual strength is, what their individual contribution is. I don't want cookie crunch routines and cookie crunch. And no, who are you? And I actually was pushing D Rose because we had gave her a little solo piece to do, and she was having a little bit of an anxiety being highlighted a little bit. Like she's ready for a solo, but when it was time to really like bring it, I said, "Oh no, we're not gonna turn around now. Come talk to me over here in the back." And she came to me and was like, "Well, it's not my best day today." I said, "That's fair. Not your best day today. You coming back next week better?" Came back next week and she really blazed it. I said, "You just learned it. These kids are hard on themselves.
So let me tell you what happened. Let me
Don't
give you
be so
behind the
hard on
scenes.
yourself. Go
So
home, work on it. Work on your craft and come back." And then the next week she was more confident.
she was like from Saturday. I remember that from Saturday. First of all, she walks out the studio. That it was a rough one. I said, "What happened?" I don't think I'm ready. So this girl went Rocky Balboa from Monday to Friday, and in the hallway rehearsing and practicing. And this is the type of drive that you give each kid. And this is why we're doing this Instagram live video to let everybody to highlight what your business does and stuff like that, in terms of motivating and impacting the kids' life, is a powerful thing. D Rose was practicing 5 days a week just to get ready for Saturday. Then
Yeah.
had the nerve to be upset with me if I'm late. I'm like, yo, we got to get going. Her bag is packed, and then I'm like, then she goes,
That's how
yo,
you know. That's how you know. My daughter was 7 and used to run her bath water before I would get out the bed on Saturday mornings. I'm like, damn. But what if I didn't want to go today?
right.
I had no choice but to go.
Right. So, Sarah, another thing I like what you do is you tell the parents, you can stay, but you can't stay for the whole thing because you're a distraction. Where did that mindset come from?
Ruth Williams, because recital studios are closed rehearsals. Parents, we look at the kids, we want to step in, we want to be like, no, left, because we want them to do their very, very best. And it's intimidating, it's distracting, and the kids, they want to rise to the occasion. Okay, you could do that on June 28th when it's coming back. For them 5 minutes you're on stage, occasion for dancing. But in the meantime, mommy and daddy got over the mix, Dakota and Lacey, because they can't be. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
The nest, but they gonna have to work with other personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to trust their team. They're dancing. I tell them, look in the mirrors. Look at everybody's eyes. You're not alone on stage. Just look at your partner to the left and to the right. Like my girls who I grew up with, every time I see one of my friends coming from Maryland, she's always on my, because we did stuff a lot. And I always look at her when I was feeling like I was exhausted. So I look at her, she look at me like, let's go. Like, and now you get a surge of energy all over another way, but she's bringing it. You know what I mean? I kept telling them, you got to feed off of one another. You know, mommy and daddy can't always do that. We come from a more nurturing, we want to protect them. I might have to get tough on them, but to get tough is they go think about it and then they are better.
Really? Right.
No,
right.
I love them. And then, we ordering pizza, we got food. Now I got grills in the backyard because my kids need to eat too. A lot of people don't have the energy because they didn't eat cereal or no lunch, but they come into the studio. So now they're raising money, and I got people to sponsor it. And my friends was coming in on with pizza pies. I told them a couple of kids were coming from the Bronx. They were dancing in the basement. I got another young choreographer who's like 21, 22, Mr. Rose. I said,
he's a bad. You better shout him. I said he's an awesome. That boy's awesome.
Yeah, but he loved his community so much. He was teaching kids in the basement of a regular block building. The kids need to see studio life. We're not the big studios, but they need mirrors. They need floor space. And then he started bringing those kids, and then they started to come. That's what it's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talk about your partnership. You started doing the virtual Zoom, but you partnered with somebody. Talk about that.
Yeah. Because Go Hard Dance on 130th Street is small, and you can only do, like, even before COVID crisis, I couldn't max out the floor space. So I was always with small, intimate, limited classes. I partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Pinkerton Clubhouse on 5th in Bradhurst. I mean, that's my neighborhood. I'm from Harlem River Projects. Over there by Rucker. Partnered up with, so I send my choreographers 3 times a week to teach the kids in the clubhouse. They, in turn, would let me use the studio space, and they have like a big gym and things like that. So I had just negotiated with them in January the dates that we were going to come in for our stage rehearsals.
Wow.
We were going to rehearse as a company at 135th. We were going to have regular Saturday weekly classes, but the closer you get to the show, I was going to have the children come maybe for 2 stage rehearsals, like getting ready to dance in larger spaces so that they know how to fill up the stage.
Nice.
Because we have to teach them stage etiquette too, downstage, upstage, like all of those things. So we was teaching them that in the studio.
So you were teaching the kids how theater etiquette, how a theater runs. You also talk about you had the dressing room team ready. You had a makeup squad. Explain that. because I want everybody to understand how intense and how good the program is from a business level of what you teach kids. Go ahead, share a little bit about that.
Yeah, like when we're getting ready for a show, we need all of the hands on deck that we can get. Never mind money. We need hands on deck. And you are definitely one of the most prolific fathers that come through, stand up front.
Hold on, can you say that one more time? I need that, Cheryl. Hold on a second. I need that because when I'm home, I'm not getting no shine.
No, you are definitely, yeah, like we're about to create the whole Go Hard Dad shirt because we got fathers.
Fathers are tough.
We got fathers that come through. I mean, people help me clean that backyard, built some little things for the grills and little decks and tables. Like our parents come through, and you are definitely one of the most prolific. You always want to help. You roll up your sleeves, and you really support your child's craft and interests. It's an amazing thing to see, and we have a lot of parents. Everybody bring me business. If somebody ain't telling me something and pointing me in a direction, they bring in somebody to rent the studio. They keep making people come to the studio. So we had to break up into teams so we could cover all of our bases.
Talk about the team, Cheryl. Break down the team.
Yeah, we had to break down the teams of who's good on social media. Check. Who's good with costuming? We got to find red, white, and black Tams. This. We creating the looks. So I can't wear all of the hats. I can't. And leaders exercise restraint. So you delegate and you trust the people who you put in place. This is your skill set. This is what you're good at. Rock. Then we needed the parents who would do the logistics. We needed people to be at the front door of the theater for because we were going to use Symphony Space on 95th Street. You know what I'm saying? And Broadway. So, we had to go into work in terms of having backstage handled and the front of the house handled.
Right.
And we had to break down and say how we communicate. We needed a communications team. So nice. It's like we needed class mothers that when you are the class mother that can get to watch the classes and watch the performances and watch the cues. Because nice. I wanted parents to be able to sit in the audience comfortably who bought their ticket, who made their entire friends and family list buy tickets. But we had dedicated class mothers who are willing to be at the studio every Saturday. And when a parent needs to hear of information and important, we can't always trust the kid. So the class mother is your point of person outside of myself. When I'm busy, you get in touch with your class mother. Hey, I didn't bring my kid to the studio this week. Michelle didn't say anything important. So we cover each other and we have each other's back. That's pretty much why we break into teams.
That's good stuff.
Just to have each other's back. So that one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. And now we got a dope show.
So I want everybody to see and hear and experience what I got to experience for a couple of months before the COVID-19 shutdown, the intensity. But y'all don't understand the intensity of this meeting. It was covered with posters all over the place, and she had divisions set up. Social media team, parent team, sponsorship team.
Yep, recruitment. Team. Yep. We have recruitment. Even getting ready for the next season, because we got to line them up. We got to keep them coming.
That's right. Give everybody the PayPal information now so that they can donate to Save the Studio, because we talked a lot about what services you provide, but now it's time for everybody to help you save your studio. So share everybody all the informations and how they can donate and stuff like that.
Okay, for the children's program, we're offering African, we're offering modern, we're offering ballet, and then we have hip hop. So we're not just a hip hop school. They'll be getting the technique and the foundation genres to get them strong to sustain hip hop. And to contribute to this program, to keep it going and keep the studio space rentals going, we are just simply Go Hard Dance on PayPal. You find us on paypal.com, Go Hard Dance. And you can find us a GoFundMe. It's Go Hard Dance Harlem, in parentheses. That's our campaign name, Go Hard Dance. And then Cash App is $ Go Hard Dance in cash. That's pretty much how you can find us to help contribute.
Last question. Give any advice to women who want to create their own businesses?
Do it. Because I'm saying, we in a crisis. We got one life to live. I begged, borrowed, stole practically. Took the money out of my 401k. So I don't think I can get old right now. I can't afford to get old. I ain't got no more money. Just start this.
Yeah, I love
However,
it.
what I would tell you is that it was the most fulfilling thing to do what my heart wanted. Check it out. I hurt myself at 18, thought I would never be the dancer that I dreamt of, that I saw on the award shows and now in the videos. And look at how it found me all over again. Sometimes dreams don't necessarily come to you the way you would have thought, the way you dreamt, the way as children we see ourselves as these cops and doctors and dancers and teachers. But actually, I fulfilled my dreams. I always said I wanted to be a teacher. And I started out being a teacher at the dance studio, Ruth Williams, with helping and assisting kids. So my teenagers will do that for the babies. I have teens that come in the morning. They be mad that they there on Saturdays at 9 o'clock in the morning, but
Right.
you got to pay it forward. But I also became an adjunct professor. Like, that's what I do. That is my calling. I teach 2 graduate programs. I'm the thesis professor for Metropolitan College of New York. So I had to put that on hold because, again, I told you, in order to get Cody where she needed to be, I needed to work 2 and 3 jobs. So the adjunct professor was one of my jobs. And then I started my own consultant business to pick up to do special events. So that's Fly Beyond.
Hold up, Cheryl. I'm writing this stuff down. Adjunct professor. Hold on. Mom. Hold on. Entrepreneur. Let me ask you a question, Cheryl.
I produce an award show.
What time is sleep? What time is sleep?
Man, I sleep later. When they say that, like, it ain't no time for sleep. I crash. I come home at and my poor children. That's why during the crisis, it felt really good to be able to give them the 3 square meals and to be back in kindergarten again, teaching my son how to count and phonics and things, because we were really trying to survive. You know, I had to work as a single mother. I have to work 2 jobs plus. But I'm a creative. So if I'm not creative, I'm not happy.
Right.
So that, if it's any advice, find your happy and then go for it by any means necessary. It might sound cliche or whatever, and a lot of people say, chase your dream. No, chase your dream. Because I was starting to get sad and depressed until I started watching my own little gift from God. My daughter was with these young people that really liked taking her little 3 o'clock class she would do on a Sunday. It just was all downtown, Chamber Street, 30-something Street, 50-something. And I said, no, it's time for our communities to have more our own. And I'm sorry, Harlem, I'm about to have Harlem sold to me, where I got to pay to look inside. Nah, not on my watch.
Cheryl,
Not
say
on
it again.
my
Say that
watch.
one more time. Say that one more time.
Yeah, I am not about to lose the opportunity to look at Harlem through the lens that I want to see it through. You're not going to sell me a ticket to my own community. You know, everything is evolving, and change is not bad. Not all change is bad, but we're going to be on the outside looking in and not having a real stake. So yeah, these children, they need to see our faces, Black and brown faces owning businesses. If it wasn't for Ruth Williams making me work in her office, I watched her friends be the accountant. They were all skilled, amazing men and women that put on this production at Ruth Williams.
Wow.
That was the first Black business I grew up in. We all got ready for the show. The kids had a responsibility to the show. So that's what I'm bringing to these kids. They get to help with production. They get to say the music that they want. And now we're working with the Boys and Girls Club. They have a whole engineering room, music. So now I'm trying to attack kids who don't want to be dancers, but they DJs, they producers, they got an ear for music. So now we're doing that at the Boys and Girls Club so that the kids can score the show. They can put the show together themselves. I'm just here as a vessel to guide them. That's all I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cheryl Thomas. This is the intensity I see every Saturday. See, people think that I'm super energized. No.
I just be all over the place, so you got to forgive me. I got to wrap up for you. I just be all over the place because right now I got to get the nonprofit up. The nonprofit has been approved.
That's right.
January, and it's called the Go Hard for Hours.
Wow.
So now we got to take it on another level, and we got to take it on the road. We go hard for hours. So
wait. You're trying to really
Atlanta.
take Go Hard on the road as a traveling tour.
Well, yeah, kids need to see kids from other cities. We got to connect the dots. Kids need to be connected to the elders. They missing out on knowledge. So I started the nonprofit with my other peers, my partner, and other, family.
Shout out your partners. Shout out your partners. Shout
My
out your
partner,
partners.
Shay Evans, the CEO, founder of Go Hard Boys. My brother, James Baxter of Think Legacy, LLC. He does speaking engagements and mentoring young boys, and just amazing. And my one of my sisters, Christine Johnson Mason, she's a correction officer. She's a captain. So we want to do workshops where we're teaching rights, your place here. But we're going to do it through artistic expression and have a good time doing it. But I want kids from Harlem to meet the kids in Atlanta, Atlanta to meet the kids in Harlem, Harlem to go to LA, LA to come to Harlem. We're all,
so, So, Cheryl, suppose somebody sees this, right, and they offer you a television deal and says, Cheryl, we love your idea. What would your television show look like if you had something like Dance Moms, if you had something like that type of platform? What would you do?
I wouldn't want a Dance Moms kind of thing, because sometimes that connotation of a dance mom comes like it's negative, like it's strife, and I'm not that kind of dance mom. Like I don't want no problems. I'm not confrontational. But what I would like to do is highlight the kids that once you find out and tap into their creative and find out where their strengths lie, whether it's dance or it could be the people who can organize and structure the show. We have a lot of people who can project manage their ass off and can see visions and bring lighting and different aspects of the theater production together. I would love the show to show how we getting ready for a cause, how we are addressing certain issues and things that's going on in the world. Like, it's been things going on in this world for years, and for Black and brown people, 401 years.
Yeah.
We now have got to show the world who we are and how we were able to sustain this long. Obviously, we're a special people. That's what the show would be about.
That's dope. Cheryl, thank you, buddy. I greatly appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you, man. You know you dope.
Yo, I was trying to get this interview for September 2019.
Yeah, but it's not on our time. It's on God's time. He's right on time. Yeah, I need it now. I didn't need it in September.
So shout out the website so everybody can donate so we can stay in the studio.
Well, to get more information on the website, it's www.goharddancenyc.com. You can follow us on IG, GoHardDance_Harlem NYC, and then it's going to be a GoHardDance_ATL coming soon. That's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to push this program simultaneously and connect these dots and build these bridges.
Nice, buddy. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Roger.
I know we had the technical difficulties, but we made it through. That's what's up.
I appreciate you. Thank you for helping.
I'll see you later.
See you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.